Hey everyone, and welcome back. Have you ever noticed that life just gets a little too quiet sometimes? Well, if you have, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're diving into some fantastic, low-pressure ways to build real, meaningful friendships after 60. And these are practical, modern ideas that actually work. Nothing forced or awkward, I promise. Now, let's just start with this right here. It shows that this feeling of loneliness, it's not just in your head. It's a real, documented trend happening right now. So if you've been feeling a bit isolated, it is not, I repeat, not a personal failing. It's a shared experience. And honestly, just knowing that is the very first step toward changing things.
Yeah, just look at that. 33%. That's 1 out of every 3 of us. A huge part of our generation is feeling this exact same way. It really just puts a spotlight on how widespread this challenge is and exactly why we need to talk about some new, modern solutions.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to look at the new social landscape. Then, we'll jump right into some super practical ideas you can use, right from your own home, out in your community, and even with some cool new tools. And don't worry, we'll wrap it all up with a simple playbook to get you started right away. Okay, first things first, we've got to set the stage. Because, to find the right solutions, we have to understand the challenge we're actually facing in this new social world. For so many of us, the old ways we used to connect, through work, raising our kids, or even those old social clubs, they've just changed, or they're gone. But here's the good news. The strategies we're about to get into are designed specifically for the world we're living in right now in 2026. And you know what the best part is? You don't have to completely change your whole life to do this. Actually, some of the most powerful, meaningful connections can start literally right on your own doorstep. Okay, this first idea is just so simple, it's brilliant. Just put 2 chairs and a little table out on your porch. Add a small sign that says something like coffee and chat. Stop by between 9 and 10 a.m. That's it. It's this open, welcoming, totally low-pressure invitation that just lets conversations happen naturally. But what's really cool is the why behind it. There's real science to this simple porch setup. It's not about throwing one big, stressful party. It's about creating lots of chances for small, consistent, easy interactions. And that, right there, is the absolute secret sauce to building real friendships when you're older. And here's another great spin on that same idea. What if you just put a bench in your yard with a simple sign, Bench Chat, 10 minutes welcome? See, you're creating a little spot for spontaneous conversations to pop up, turning your own front yard into a mini community hub. So, these ideas for right at home, they're fantastic starting points. But now, let's take it one step further. Let's see what happens when we step just outside our front door and start connecting with the community around us. How about this? A quick skill share. Now, this is not a formal class, okay? It's just inviting a few neighbors over for maybe 15 minutes to share one simple thing, like a cool gardening tip, a trick for your smartphone, or even a quick recipe. The focus is on doing something useful together, which totally takes the pressure off of making forced small talk. It's a connection with a purpose. Another really great way to connect is to join a casual walking group. A lot of neighborhoods now have these easy senior stroll groups you can find on apps like Meetup or Nextdoor. It's nothing intense, just 20 or 30 minutes of easy walking a few times a week. It's the perfect combo of light exercise and casual, easygoing conversation. And you know what? The numbers totally back this up. If you look here, you can see that these casual walking groups are one of the most popular things for seniors. It just goes to show that people are out there, right now, actively looking for these exact kinds of simple, shared activities. Okay, so we've talked about home and the neighborhood, but there are even more ways to connect. Let's talk about using some new tools and tapping into the incredible energy you get when you connect with different generations. Now, if you're someone who finds video calls kind of stressful, or maybe typing is just a pain, this next one is for you. There are new voice-first tools out there, often in private groups or special apps that let you, well, just talk. There's no pressure to be on camera, no typing needed. It's just easy, spontaneous conversation whenever you feel like it. And check this out. The research totally confirms it. This Pew study found that a huge majority of us, 65%, actually prefer voice-only chats. So these new tools are being designed for how we want to connect, getting rid of all the annoying parts of older technology. And finally, let's talk about something really powerful, intergenerational projects. Things like a community garden, or maybe a storytelling circle with local students. The beauty of this is that it's a total two-way street. We get to offer our mentorship and life experience, and in return, we get all this fresh energy and new perspectives. And you know what? Everybody involved feels less isolated and has a stronger sense of purpose. It's a win-win.
All right, we have covered a ton of great ideas, but I know what you're thinking. The big question is, where do I even start? So let's boil all of this down into a simple, easy-to-use playbook.
Here is it, your Easy Start plan. Now listen, the goal is not to do everything all at once. Just pick one. Just one of these to try this week. Maybe it's setting up that coffee spot, or just looking up a walking group online, or even simpler, just offering a quick hand to a neighbor you see. Hey, even sharing a photo to a digital frame counts. Just remember, these small moves, they can lead to really big connections.
Because at the end of the day, this is all about taking back control of your social life, but in a way that feels good and right for you. These little moves are what turn those quiet days into days filled with genuine connection. Because you are Generation Ultra. You're experienced, you're useful, and you get to connect on your own terms.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Which small move are you going to make this week to build a new connection? Thanks so much for tuning in.